Ah, hi everybody. We are
Aloha.
live, and Jonathan is or is it when you go?
Aloha, friends. No, that's the
Yeah,
what,
hello everybody. So, no way. That is so cool. Well, Jonathan's spreading the show today. Let me tell you,
right.
because
Well, and like I said, aloha, friends.
the little hearts. My Moldavite did not want to come out and play today, so Jonathan is going to be sporting all the Moldavite for us. But I get to sport a new book.
A
So
new book.
as
That's pretty
we
cool.
wait for folks to come in, we'll do a quick little blurb for those who watch replay and for YouTube. But this is entertainment purposes only. We are not doctors. Um, we we don't make sure that you always see a professional when it comes to medical advice and needs. That crystals are a wonderful enhancement to any um, modern medicine that's out there. So this is just for us sharing the history, what people have used the crystals in conjunction with their regular medicines and things for healing, some different modalities. So we just want to get that right off the bat. So while we're waiting for some peeps to pop in and join us, again, I got this amazing book today called The
Why don't we share some
Crystalpedia.
books while we wait for a couple people to show up?
Sure, and hopefully, and we can pull them up again. So, Jonathan, it's Tom.
Hi, Tom.
He says Jonathan in Suns Out, Guns Out mode. So, yep, he's got the.
Yeah. Well, it
Ooh.
is hot here. I will admit it. Hey
So,
Siri, what's the temperature?
in Hershey, hello Hershey.
Hi, Hershey. It's
Um, and
82 degrees here right now.
and we got Magus. So we got people popping in. Yay! It's always fun to
Aloha.
have people in chat so that we're not just like talking by ourselves or just talking to an empty
Hey, I'd
room.
be fine with just talking by ourselves. We'd still
And
geek out.
Tom is actually, early ritual. He's not early, but he's on time. So we have
He's
on
on
time
time.
ritual time today. We have the lovely Hershey, the shadow reader, and we have Magus, the manga man.
So
Hello, Magus. And
if
Hershey
you're
says it's
on
7.
time in Hawaii, you're considered early.
Oh, there you go. Hawaiian time, right? And
Everyone's on Hawaiian time. It's fine.
we're having beautiful weather. There's some rain. We had like 67. We have a longer autumn here, so the
Mhm.
colors are still mostly out. It smells so good. All the leaves on the leaves on the ground. So, but yeah, Jonathan and I got together. Well, I started my series up again. Jonathan, actually, you joined me on the other channel for one of these, I think a couple of years ago, and I wanted to bring it back
Oh
for
yeah.
this
What did
new
we talk
channel. I
about
I wouldn't be surprised if we talked about at least Lapis also
then?
back then. So Jonathan was like, "Well, let's do Lapis and Moldavite," and I had a really cool piece of Moldavite, and I'm going through all the stones that I've unpacked so far, and I can't find it anywhere. So it didn't want to be
It's
nice
hiding.
today, and it didn't want to play. So, and Tom
I
says,
don't
"I
want to be
guess I need
unseen.
to move to Hawaii." No, Tom, you're going to move here. You remember you and Sam ever relocate? It's going to be here, and then if you want to take a plane ride to visit Jonathan, we'll go together, and well, there we go. And
Oh,
so Jonathan's going to be bringing all the crystal and stone bling today, except for my beautiful little piece of lapis. And I know my light is funny here. It's just the way the sun is today and the light. And but I have some beautiful, and I have a polished piece somewhere, but when I found this raw
mm,
piece, it's like it's petal soft. It's really beautiful. I
right.
love the feel of it, and it just sparkles so pretty. You can't really see that in the camera, but it has a very soft, beautiful, sparkly color to it. So
Aloha,
um,
Garnet.
I call my Moldavite raisin. Yeah, they look like shriveled up little raisins. And
Here you go.
Garnet is here. Hi, Garnet. Yeah, aren't they beautiful, Magus? Yeah, mine was so cool. Mine has the lines and the ridges like that, but mine is in the shape of a teardrop. It was really pretty, but I guess, it just did not want to make an appearance today, and maybe I'm not supposed to be wearing it or have it near me right now. That
And
beautiful
this
ring.
is also Moldavite. It's a cut piece of Moldavite. I've been wearing this ring for January will be 21 years. So
Wow. My fingers are gotten so, a little thicker over the years, let's just say that. And so most of the rings that I still try to hold on to, I can't even wear.
I've been wearing
Very
this ring
nice.
while I work out, which is not a good thing because the ring is now a little lopsided.
But you got that extra energy to get you through your workout, because we all know Moldavite's a high vibrational. And we'll get into that. Hello, Irene. Irene is joining us as well.
Hi, Iron Fire Horse.
And Garnet also has some Moldavite. Molder. Hey, Molder.
Moldavite.
Moldavite. Oh my goodness. So I love that. Again, Jonathan, thank you for joining, and everyone, thank you for coming by and hanging out. I have my paid subscription back for a little while with StreamYard. So last minute I was like, hey, Jonathan, you want to simulcast? And he's like, okay. So we got
I literally set it up right before we went live.
So he's done. It's here. For a second here, I thought this was it, but that's just my lava rock. So, or my Pele stone, I like to call it. So,
Aloha,
Maru is here. Lapis is her soul stone. Opal is mine, and Lapis is Maruta's. And Irene says, I love Lapis. So would you say Lapis is your soul stone, or do you have one, Jonathan?
A soul stone?
Like a spirit stone, like your soul. It's like, like we have total.
See, I work with so many crystals, it's hard to pick one. They're all, I would say that the different crystals I work with are different facets of my soul stone.
Okay, let me just pull up. I got a really cool book today for anybody who does crystals and stones. Crystalpedia. I love the pictures in this. It's a beautiful book. The front cover just grabbed me. I was like, oh, look at the colors. It's a color wheel. It's by Athena Parakis. There's 180 stones listed in this book.
That's pretty good.
So it goes for $26.99 here in the US. And so some beautiful pictures. So some stones get their own whole page. This one here, this is her representation of the lapis, but then they give this whole little blurb, which is wonderful. So I got that open. So I suppose I can read some stuff. Well, maybe Jonathan, you're doing your show and tell, or did you want to share first and then you can show?
Well, I could. So the 3 books I grabbed for information. This one's a classic. This was one of my first books.
Melodies, yep.
Right, and I color coded blue and green for the different ones. And then, of course, this one is a major one.
Right? Yep.
This is an older edition for those of you who are wondering. Yes, I have not updated my version. And these guys actually put out a book just about Moldavite.
I saw that too today. Yeah. I was tempted.
And this is actually one of my favorites here. Because I don't know if you can see on the side here, but they have it color coded so you can look it up by the color of the stone if you're not quite sure what the stone is, which is pretty cool, I gotta say. And then again, like you were showing, it's a pretty nice little write-up and picture. So
yeah, when I moved, I had to leave a lot of my books behind. So the one that I held on to was the one that was one of those Barnes & Noble bargains back in 2003 and 2006, and it's Healing with Crystals and Chakra Energy. So I will never give that up. That was my very first book into stones and crystals. And Hershey also color codes hers. Color-coded, yeah. She says we have the same tabs.
Yeah, well, this one is cool because it's the book itself is color coded. So I really like
do
that.
It all for
a few of my other books I have is Crystals Beyond Beginners, which has a little more like specific kind of like work you could do with them. This is an older one I found in a used bookstore.
Ooh, I
Gemstone
like the cover.
Magic. Yeah, that one's fun. For those of you who work specifically with stones from the Americas, this is an amazing book, First Nations Crystal Healing. And it's how the Native Americans work with crystals that are found just in the Americas, right?
I might have to check that out.
And then, of course, you know, me being a major crystal grid guy, Crystal Grid Secrets by Nicola McIntosh. Yeah, that one's fun.
Love that chrysocolla on the front.
Gorgeous. I also have a few decks I pulled out. This one I pulled out, and neither of the stones are in it.
I have
how do you not have Lapis or Moldavite in here?
Lapis, I'm surprised.
I was a little shocked. This one's a funky little tarot, gemstones and crystals. It's an older deck. I'm not even sure if it's still in print. It might be, but
Hershey says, I call my books my crystal Bibles.
Right. So in this deck, they made Lapis Lazuli the Hermit, which makes sense, right? And of course, Moldavite is the Star. Makes sense. I love all the cut Moldavite too, just to show the difference there.
I did not know that was out. Very cool.
Oh wow! I just noticed there's like a little face on that one. Sorry, I'm getting like way too many.
Jonathan's getting dinged.
My phone is always going off. It never stops.
John says, Blue John from England, Derbyshire. I've got lots of it. It says in your books. When it comes to stones. And Irene says, my old Buddhist teacher was a geologist, really into rocks and crystals. Nice. That's and cool. Yes, Colette Baron-Reed has a crystal deck. The faces threw me off. I wasn't really thrilled with the faces and all. It didn't resonate with me. So I think that's one of the very few decks of hers that I own. But some of the pictures of the crystal, those themselves, are gorgeous that she had for the deck. Ding!
I don't know why people decide. It's weird. Like, I don't get texts for hours, and as soon as I go live, it's like everyone wants to text me now.
Everybody wants you.
I'm trying to see if they have it. From you.
This is Crystal by Philip Permut or Permut. I know, very nice. That's cool.
Huh. There's no creator name on this deck.
Uh-oh.
Well, it's A.G. Mueller.
Well, there's an ISBN number, so at least it's not a account.
Oh, it's not. I've had this for, I don't even want to say how long.
Come on now. The older.
Probably about like 20 years or so. Right? Wait, when was this? Okay, here it is. Helmut Hoffman.
Helmut G. Hoffman. Awesome.
And when was this printed? 1996. So almost
25 years old. Going on 26. Ain't that something?
Almost 35 years old. I mean, almost 30 years old. In 2026, it'll be 30 years old. So next year, it'll be 30 years old. I've had about 20.
Yeah, I have books and things and stuff that I look at and go, oh, thank you for reminding me of my age.
And then I've got the Radiant Crystal cards. This is the first edition. I know there's a newer edition where the writing's a little more legible. And I think there's 10 more crystals in this version or something like that. The thing I really love about this one is you get the crystal in watercolor. And then on the back, it has a breakdown of like chakra, vibration, astrological sign, affirmation, energies, right?
I'll have to find that deck. I'll have to get that from you after the show, find out, get all the information. I know, Hershey, isn't that beautiful?
Moldavite, right?
Wow. Again, hello, Moira.
Everything. So that's a fun deck. This is one of my favorite crystal decks, actually. This is made by the same creator.
Okay, Hershey says I need a link. Hershey, what do you need? And I'll see
A
if
link for what? I've shared so much stuff. I don't know.
I know.
Link for.
This might have to be where Jonathan, creates, pulls out some links and then he sends like mass email. These are the ones I was talking about today.
So, speaking of crystal grids, one of my first crystal grid necklaces I made for myself is a lapis. It's lapis with some chevron amethyst and pearls. And I wear this for readings often because it helps connect me to the higher realms. And I really feel like it helps me channel. The messages come through a lot easier. And yeah, just pretty amazing.
And yes, Jonathan is simulcasting. That's why you don't see Hershey, Irene.
Yeah, so. Hershey's on my channel. And so is Madame.
So we're double dipping today.
Of course, if you work with unicorns, a lapis unicorn is amazing to work with. Yeah.
Oh, I hope Jax comes in. Her channel name is Mangled Unicorn. She would probably love that. So maybe she'll.
And then of course, lapis skull.
That looks a lot like sodalite, but they said sodalite and lapis are kind of within the same family, or they're very similar. Some of it. Mm-hmm.
The way you tell the difference is you get a black light, and the lapis lazuli will actually, parts of it will shine in black light, whereas sodalite usually doesn't. There is a Brazilian sodalite that in black light turns kind of a pink color, so that is sodalite. But if you get this where it's like, so lapis is lazulite.
I'm gonna look at this, see if he gets this right.
Where is it? God, what's the third one?
I'm looking for it. Okay, lazurite. You had pyrite. It says here in the book, calcite.
Calcite, yeah.
Mica and sodalite. Mm-hmm. And sometimes diopside, which gives it, when you have one that's got more of a green in it, that's when you've got a little bit more of the diopside mixed into the matrix there. And I know, Tom, that is a great skull carve.
Well, and the little, like, you can see it, like the little things that look like stars, that's little specks of pyrite.
It's sparkly.
It sparklies. The other thing to remember about lapis lazuli is do not get it wet. Calcite will melt, the pyrite will rust, and it's pretty porous because it's a mixed stone. So it's not one to dunk in water or anything like that. So
a little bit of smoke through your palo or your sage, that'll do the trick.
For me, one of the easiest cleanses that I have is I just hold it in my hand and go blow it. Blows everything off of there. So if you have nothing else, you have your breath.
Because your breath is sacred. So that's a great purifying tool at our disposal.
And the pressure of your blowing cleanses it too.
Especially if you have intention going out into it as well. So
yep, exactly.
Intention is everything. So were you done sharing your let me see, what's this really quick?
Well, unless you want me to go into the history of stuff. You know me, I love history.
So it says here, Irene says, you're making me want to get my malaria out. She met her Malala beads, right? Her
Mala beads. She has
she uses it for tantric practices and things. She goes, and I quit 6 years ago. Well, you never know. This might be the little nudge from the universe and your stones to, get back into it. And do not feed it after midnight. Good one, Jonathan. And let's see, Janet Lee just joined us. Hello, Janet.
Hi, Janet.
And Sandy, well, hello, sir. Our friend across the pond, you and Garnet. Thanks for joining us. Malaria, autocorrect. Yeah, well, like the one day someone typed in Aspasia.
How did Mala become malaria? That's the thing that's...
Well, Aspasia became asparagus one day in chat. So every now and then when Beth pops in, we're like, hey, asparagus, how are you? So, Yeah, go ahead and share your history. I'll let you know. Go for it.
So since we were just talking about lapis, I'm going to be reading, so don't mind me if I'm looking down.
Oh, I got my book here too to look down. So
right, the primary source of lapis lazuli, which has been the primary source for at least 6,000 years, is the Sar Isang mines in Badakhshan, northeastern Afghanistan. That's been the main mines thousands of years. There's other deposits in Iran, Pakistan, Siberia, and they've found one in Chile, but none of them match. I'm pretty sure this is probably straight from that mine too. None of them match the ultramarine richness, right? So they've found Neolithic beads of lapis as far back as 7,000 BCE. So lapis has been in use by humans for millennia. Let's see. By the 4th millennia BCE, organized caravans moved lapis along the Great Khorasan trade corridor into Mesopotamia, Egypt, and the Indus Valley. It became one of the world's first long-distance luxury goods, often worth more than gold by weight.
Hi, Jack. Hi, Hobo.
The Egyptians called it kejbej. I'm probably mangling that. Sorry about that. Which translates into sky stone. They used it in amulets. They carved scarabs out of it. They used an inlay in the pyramids, and they actually ground it into a powder to use as eyeshadow.
Cleopatra did. That was one of her things.
Cleopatra's eyeshadow was lapis. Tutankhamun's mask is also a chunk of lapis. And Isis Horus iconography all over Egypt is like, it's the inlay is all lapis for a lot of that stuff. And it's believed, the Egyptians believed it linked mortal vision with the afterlife, ensuring the soul's guidance through the duat, or the underworld. So if you were buried with some, it would help guide you to the underworld.
Yep.
Right. In Mesopotamia, the royal tombs of Ur yielded over 6,000 lapis artifacts, beads, cylinder seals, lyres were made out of it too, like musical instruments. The Epic of Gilgamesh describes the goddess Inanna wearing a necklace of lapis beads as a symbol of divine covenant. Sumerians believed that each stone contained the spirit of a god. Lapis embodied Inanna, or Ishtar's celestial aspect. Indus and Persian civilizations, they used it for status and ritual exchange. Persian kings adorned palace walls and thrones with lapis to signify royal truth and cosmic order. And then classical and medieval Europe, Greeks associated it with Aphrodite and Zeus. Romans powdered it as an aphrodisiac and eye medicine. During the Middle Ages and Renaissance, lapis, ground into pigment, became ultramarine. So most of those paintings you see from the Renaissance, all the blue is lapis.
Yeah.
And it was often reserved for the robes of the Virgin Mary and the halos of saints. Its expense made it a symbol of purity, faith, and heavenly transcendence. To ancient peoples, the night sky was divine territory. And since, lapis looks like the night sky with those flecks of sparkle and dark blue and everything, it was linked to, basically, it was like captured starlight is the way they thought of it. It bridged the earthly and the celestial, expressing truth, immortality, and royal legitimacy. And spiritually, it was the voice of gods made visible, thus linked to prophecy, law, and sacred kingship. So it was a stone of royalty, right? It was a stone of the high priest too. I think actually one of the 12 stones in the breastplate of the high priest was a lapis piece. So yeah, that's what I
and
have.
for the priestesses too, I think of Isis. That was also what they wore and adorned. And
they usually had beads, like a beaded necklace or like a pendant kind of thing. Yeah.
Very nice. And they were also saying about Cleopatra, she loved it so much that she had inlays in her chambers, so
Mhm.
that she was, because it was supposed to give eternal life,
Right.
So obviously it did work for her, but at least it was a beautiful decoration.
Well, I mean, out of all the different pharaohs, who do we talk about the most? It did kind of give her life after death, because we're still talking about her thousands of years later.
Yep. So
So
the
even though
proverbial
she's
hand.
not physically here, she's still here with us always.
And Hershey says, I'm learning a lot here. Wow, I'm so glad the stone has found me. It is,
Yeah,
an amazing stone.
I sent Hershey it was a lapis disc that was carved in the shape of a lion face. Yeah.
Ooh, she's special. Starry Night is my favorite part. Yeah, you think of the Starry
Mm-hmm.
Night by Van Gogh and stuff, and those deep, beautiful blues, the indigo colors. And Janet says the
Oh,
only lapis I have is a heart in silver my mom gave me. Oh, see, that makes it even more precious because
right.
it was from your mom, and it's exuding that love from her. So thank you for sharing that. I named it Gigi after my mom.
The
So we
lion.
have another mom. So mom's connected too. And yeah, when I
It
was younger,
definitely
I had
has
a,
a feminine goddess energy to it, doesn't it?
it sure does. I had
Mm-hmm.
one when I just was getting out of, or just before I graduated high school. It was my senior year. We had a shop, and they would have, oh my God, all the pendants hanging on the wall. And there was one in sterling silver of a mermaid. I don't think I have her anymore. I might, but the stone, I had it only like a couple of days. I wore it to school, and it fell. The thing came undone, fell. The lapis inside, the double tournament lapis broke, and I was like, "Oh my God!" John was just like, "No, here we go. Just let's get some glue." And he took it in and asked one of the teachers got glue. It didn't look right afterwards, but so
No,
yeah.
but I
So,
think what happened was it took a hit for you.
oh really?
That's what I say. Anytime you have a crystal that you're wearing and suddenly, like a crystal ring or a bracelet, like a bracelet snaps and the beads go flying, or like the pendant just suddenly drops out of nowhere and shatters on the floor, it's because it's taken the hit that was supposed to be for you. So it's
Well,
doing
and
its job.
I was taking a lot of hits in high school without the play, so maybe you just say, "Let me help you with one of those." Maybe I'll give you a free pass today. And Hershey says that she was a Leo. Her mom was a Leo, and proof of dynamite in small packages. And Irene says, "Remember to
That's
try to
very
buy crystals and rocks that are mined ethically." Thank you, Irene. Many
Yep.
are not. The majority aren't, unfortunately. So when I go to the stores, I'll feel them. And then I'll also try to ask, do you know how these were mined? And they're most of the time, they will, I can feel people are being honest. There have been a few places where they kind of like danced around and I'm just like, well, but so
Right.
just try to make sure, I know it's impossible now, especially when you see these, the gem shows and stuff, and you see these
Oh,
huge pieces and I'm like, oh my God. And they're talking about
they're
explosive and
destroying
things.
whole mountains just to get like a few chunks. It's just
And
crazy.
it just breaks my heart. It really does.
And a lot
It
of
did
it.
its job that day, I guess so, Hershey.
Mhm.
But yeah, were you done? Do you have anything more
For
you'd like to
lapis,
share?
do you want me to go into Moldavite too, or should we?
Well, let me do my
Why don't you do
lapis.
your thing about lapis, and then we'll go into Moldavite.
Alrighty, so two crystal decks, and both of them don't have Moldavite. What is with the shade on Moldavite with our decks? I have no
Oh,
idea.
if you want me to read this too.
That's pretty. So I have cards for Lapis. So I have the Eternal Crystals cards, which are really beautiful too. And this is the Lapis. And again, I'm sorry about the glare. In this deck, it's problems resolved, third eye and throat chakra. So it is associated with the third eye and with your throat because it is blue. Now,
Mm-hmm.
in my Astral Realms deck, they left out the Moldavite too, but they paired. I love how they do this. They pair like flowers and things with the stone, and this is the lapis. And I do like how they put like that eye, like reminiscent of
Mm-hmm.
Egypt a little
Third
bit.
eye.
And there's a little cartouche under there as well. Third eye, exactly. And in this deck, it's connected with consciousness, third eye chakra, and the books are really lovely. And when you put these cards together, there is a beautiful gilding on these. I'm a gilding girl. So the beautiful, beautiful gilding on these cards. And this one actually is through Rock Pool. And the other one is through Blue Angel. And with the Astral Realms, it says here, clarity, awareness, and deep knowing. Let me just see if there's anything that maybe they might have mentioned. Do you process experiences more subconsciously via dreams, or are you fully aware and transcending into higher consciousness by accessing your higher self and intuition consciously and subconsciously? So if the stone helps to be able to do that. There she is. There's Mangled Unicorn. Jack, look at that, Jax. I thought you would
That's why I
love
pulled it
that.
out.
So it's also a powerful stone for creativity. Strengthens clarity and thinking and communication. So that's where the connection between, being able to speak, especially for a reader. And I can see why, Jonathan, you wear that, because with the throat chakra, you're able to communicate clearly what's coming through your upper chakras, your third eye chakra, and then being able to speak it in clarity, through
Right.
through the throat chakra. And so there's an activation guidance if anybody's interested. So it says here, hold one lapis lazuli crystal in each hand. Well, I just have one right now with your palms facing up, so it would be like that. Sit in a quiet room with your eyes closed and first inhaling deeply all the way into your belly, then exhaling. Visualize a bright white orb scanning your body with its white healing light as it warms you from the inside out. Allow images to pop into your head as they come. There is no need to dismiss them, only to acknowledge them and dismiss any interrupting thoughts. Sit for as long as you're comfortable, and when you bring yourself back, grab a journal and draw or write down the images you saw. Practice this daily to open and activate your third eye. And the affirmation to go with the stone is, I see with all three eyes, and I allow my intuition and insight to guide me on the path to my higher consciousness. So I love that with this deck, how we talk with the
Should I read the
affirmations.
info on this card too?
Yeah, that would be wonderful. Go ahead.
So it's Lapis Lazuli, intuition, purification, and inner power on the front here. On the back, it says chakra, primarily throat chakra and third eye, right? Vibration is to the number 3. Astrological signs, according to this, is Libra and Sagittarius. Affirmation, I am confident in my spoken word. Energies, Lapis Lazuli amplifies the power of the spoken word. It aids in clear communication and speaking in large groups. It connects the physical and spiritual realms, providing a peaceful and clear awareness. Oh, I forgot. They also have a matching herb at the bottom here. Amaryllis for confidence, pride, and communication.
Nice.
This is an independently produced deck. It's the same woman who did the Maracay Tarot. What is it? Bouchette Design. So if there is any left, it'd probably be on her Etsy shop. No, and this is the first edition. I think she has a second edition now. It's different. This one also has wonderful edging, but it's more like
let's see. Ooh, very nice.
Yeah.
The minute they start introducing gilding and things on this side, I'm just like, oh, I get all excited. Does it have gilding? Is there on these cards? So very nice. So today I picked up the Crystalpedia book. I went for the Book of Stones, which is available in 3rd edition. Plus now they have included 75 more stones.
I need to get the new edition.
So the new edition runs roughly $30 at the bookstores. However, I did find it yesterday on Amazon for $17. So if you're a little tight strapped and you want to save a few dollars, you can get it through Amazon. I probably will at some point. But this one here, I wasn't expecting to find another book. I'm like, no. But the same author, Robert Simmons, he because he loves Moldavite so much, he did do an additional Moldavite. So I won't jump ahead because we aren't to Moldavite yet.
Right.
So with Lapis Lazuli, according to this book, the most hardest scale of the stone is a 5 to 6. It is a isometric crystal structure. Yes, that was one of the books that I got when I worked at Crystal Magic. The Crystal Bible by Judy Hall. Anything really by Judy Hall, that's how I learned. She was like one of the pioneering, along with Melody.
Quite a few
Judy.
books.
So there's a lot of crystal books now on the market. And again, like we said last week, there are going to be maybe authors with different connections to the stones that they'll share, because we're all different. So while one stone may be great for a majority of people, for let's say lapis with your third eye, some people might feel more like they feel it in their heart, or they feel more of it in their throat. So it's basically the relationship that you develop yourself personally with each of the stones. And so places of origin in here that wasn't on your list, Jonathan. I don't know if you mentioned India, but it's also being found.
That wasn't in my main thing, but it is in this book as far as.
And Russia. They're finding some
in
Russia.
India, Russia, and actually this one says USA too.
Interesting. So partners well with, and go figure, lapis pairs well with Moldavite. So also labradorite, opal, and turquoise. And what
one of the best pairings is with amethyst.
There you go. And so again, like Jonathan and I stated in the beginning, when we talk about healing, this is for entertainment purposes only. This is just a holistic. It's an addition to a holistic practice to go along with Western medicine. Always seek a professional. Always, as Gerald would say, really.
Gerald's here.
So. And of
course, Gerald. Hi, Gerald.
Oh, are you serious, Gerald? I didn't even see you there, but that's how Gerald does this. Seek professional advice always. Really. And astrological in here is Sagittarius. That's weird. I conjured Gerald. How about that? So I'm going to be mentioning what this book shares a little bit about with healing. And it says, hold lapis to your third eye to activate psychic vision, aid divination, and dream work, and deepen your intuition. Keep it close by when giving tarot readings. Let's see, where did I lose that? Because it's small print.
Grab the wrong one.
Working with pendulums or performing any other form of divination. Lapis is also a wonderful choice for gemstone jewelry, like Jonathan's crystal grid that he just held up. Wear it to tap into your inner royalty. So if you want to feel royal, express your royalty, order a crystal grid from Jonathan. I'm just really pushing your.
Thank you, dear.
And there
you just reminded me. One of the things I didn't pull out, several birthdays ago, a friend of mine made me a lapis pendulum.
Ooh.
Yeah, I should have grabbed it. I didn't think about that.
So here it also says, and embody power and confidence everywhere you go. As a stone of good fortune, lapis provides guidance and luck when setting intentions, embarking on new business adventures, or manifesting. So in this book, it gives advice for if you're a beginner working with lapis or with any of these stones, and they give one for an advanced practitioner. So if you're just beginning working with lapis, it says here to basically what it just said and prior, and it says it helps also evokes the inner priestess, helping you embody the regal strength of ancient Egyptian royalty, provides safety from negative influences, and again, strengthens spiritual vision and insight, promotes optimism, and purifies harmful thought patterns, helping you think and act in ways that serve your highest good. I like that one. And of course, it says here, opens the third eye, channels spiritual guidance. So you can use it to help connect with your spirit guides, your angels, your elementals, whoever you work with spiritually. And also, it says encouraging you to be both a student and a teacher. in life. So we're always a student, and we can also be a teacher and lend advice to others. So for the advanced practitioner, she has propels spiritual growth by encouraging deep self-reflection, hence the hermit card, right? That you had for the tarot.
Yep.
The stone leads you on a powerful journey inward, guiding you toward the divine wisdom you hold within. It is also a useful tool for channeling past life memories.
Yep.
Calling in the presence of spirit guides, expanding your psychic awareness, and moving past self-limiting beliefs to align with your innate power. So that could also be a card associated with the magician as well. It serves as a bridge to the gods and celestial realms. And let's see, I'm looking here for something different than from what Lapis also fit.
In this deck, the magician is Herkimer Diamond.
Those are beautiful. I have a couple of those. So Lapis also affects the way you perceive and process the world around you, which during this day and time, this might be a great stone for us just to hold on to because of how we perceive the world right now around us. We need that little bit of support. So that might be a wonderful stone to carry around too. Encouraging you to see things with your spiritual vision. So when we see what's going on in the world, people around us, try to kind of connect with them more on a spiritual level, kind of get past, the outward acts and try to find the inner God, the inner love, being in each person. I know sometimes that's very hard. So there is a message directly from Lapis that she channels for the book. And the message from Lapis is, only when you close your eyes will you truly see things as they are. What exists beyond our physical reality? Tune into your inner voice and you will begin to understand. And a little fun fact she puts in her books. Did you know that Lapis Lazuli's name is a combination of the Latin word lapis, meaning stone, and the Persian word lazuli, meaning blue? And let's see, is there anything else in here? They mentioned Edgar Casey also used the stone, was that Moldavite? I think it was Lapis that they mentioned Edgar Casey, though now I don't see his name. So that, well, actually Moldavite really wasn't found until, mostly later on. So either that was in another book or not this one here, but they did mention Cleopatra, and she would have, again, the powder made into eyeshadow.
Hi, Beth. So
yeah, there's asparagus. Hello, Beth. And Beth, the reason why we say that is Irene typed in the word mala, and it came up with malaria, and we all had a laugh. And I said, well, that happened to Beth, so we just joked. So sometimes we say hi to Beth when she comes in as asparagus. So. But that's what I have for Lapis. And again, I did not know that Lapis could come in this form like this and feel this soft, this beautiful. It's like touching like a rose petal. It's that soft. It's got that beautiful, soft rose petal feel to it.
It's tumbled.
And it's just, the sparkle. And it's not overly tumbled. It's just... Yeah, I was blessed.
Well, if it was tumbled, it would be shiny like that.
Even more shinier. So whatever they did with this, I mean, it's not rough, it's not hard. It's just petal soft and absolutely beautiful. So, all righty, that's what I have, and I'm sticking to it. So up next,
we've got Moldavite, the Starborn Stone.
Ooh.
Let me bring this piece out
and
again.
Beth said here, I'm interested in a book called The Witching Stones by Nicholas Pearson, a new book out. Do you have that, Jonathan?
I do not. I might have to look into that.
I think so too. I'm going to write that down right now. What is it? Let me bring that back.
The Witching Stones.
The Witching Stones.
Nicholas Pearson.
The Witching Stones. Boy,
so,
I'm telling you, got some
Moldavite. The history of Moldavite here. It was formed about 14.7 million years ago when a meteor about a kilometer wide struck the Nordlinger Rays crater in southern Germany. The impact fused terrestrial silica with meteoric material, flinging molten glass eastward over 400 kilometers. Now, southern Bohemia and Morava, or Czech Republic, the translucent, pretty translucent. I don't know. The lighting is not so great for that here, but when you hold it up to light, it's definitely translucent. It's like glass, basically. These translucent green droplets cooled mid-air the techites called Vltavan for the Vltava or Moldau River. The true Moldavite only comes from this region. Its limited supply fuels modern rarity. It's a very rare stone, and there's a lot of fakes out there, so be careful. If you hold it up to a light and it looks like there might be some bubbles in there, more than likely it's not true Moldavite. It's just a green glass.
So do your research. Make sure you know who you're getting your stones
yeah,
from.
Make sure it's certified real Moldavite, because there's a lot of fake stones out there. So prehistoric use of Moldavite. Moldavite blades and amulets appear in the Paleolithic sites of Willendorf, Austria, besides the famous Venus figure. You know, the Venus and Willendorf,
Venus
and figure, little clay figure. Yeah. It was Moldavite chunks with her. So it may have been the earliest known ritual glass carried as a talisman by hunter-gatherers. The Celtic and early Europeans, they called it light stones, and they were thought to ward off evil and lightning. Some Iron Age graves contain Moldavite set in bronze or amber, signifying connection between earth, fire, and sky. Medieval legends, like Central European folklore, Moldavite became identified with the Grail stone, the Sanctus Graal that fell from the sky. So apparently, according to some legends, the Grail itself is carved out of a giant piece of Moldavite.
That's what Robert Simmons.
Richard Simmons.
I know.
Totally different Simmons.
So deal we're deal a stone.
Wagner's opera Parsifal calls the Grail a green stone that radiates divine life, an image many later mystics linked to Moldavite. Alchemists regard it as vitrium aerium, or aerial glass, catalyst of transmutation. And then it kind of fell out of use. And then the modern rediscovery, it was first described scientifically in 1786 and classified as a teakite by 1900. The Czechoslovak National Museum began preserving specimens in the 19th century. In the 20th century, metaphysical interest surged. Moldavite became the emblem of sudden spiritual evolution. So why it matters to our ancestors: humans saw it fall from the heavens, a literal gift of the gods or stars. Its fiery creation linked it to lightning, transformation, and fertility. As green symbolizes life force, Moldavite embodies rebirth after cosmic fire, the earth renewed by celestial union. So, yeah, that's pretty amazing stuff, right? As far as comparing the two, elementally, Lapis Lazuli represents earth and sky, and Moldavite is fire and air. Lapis is wisdom, royal authority, and truth, while Moldavite is transformation, revelation, and cosmic union. And the ancient role of Lapis Lazuli was it's used in temples, tombs, pigments of immortality, and Moldavite was used as talismans, fallen light for protection, and change. Our ancestors valued Lapis Lazuli as proof of divine favor, and it was a medium of communication with the gods. And the Moldavite is evidence of the heavens physically touching the earth. And the modern echo of that is Lapis Lazuli is the stone of insight, intuition, integrity, and Moldavite is the stone of awakening, acceleration, and multidimensional awareness. So
Wow.
together, they basically represent the dialogue between Earth's deep memory and the cosmos' creative fire. The same
Which is why they
relationship
pair.
humanity has sought since the first stargazer looked up and wondered what the heavens were made of. So
There you go. And we have that asteroid coming towards us now. That's that blue color. And, they're thinking that it's connecting to the Hopi prophecy of the blue star approaching the Earth. So we have, hopefully, that will not crash into our planet. But again, it's another
the end of the
piece
age,
something.
right?
Yeah.
So this Moldavite is clarity, awareness, and renewal. The primary chakra is the heart chakra. The number vibration is 2. Astrological science is all the science since it is from the stars, right? The affirmation, my consciousness expands when I'm aware and present. Ooh, I like that one. Energies. Moldavite was formed roughly 20 million years ago when meteors crashed to Earth's surface. It carries the energy of ancestral journeys and dimensional awareness. It expands our consciousness and enhances our spiritual journey's growth. And the plant that's connected to is Trillium, or birthroot, which is consciousness, embodiment, and elegance.
Never heard of that.
Trillium?
Oh, Trillium is a flower. No, yeah, Trillium's a flower.
Yeah, Trillium.
Yeah.
They call it birthroot here.
Birthroot. Okay. Pretty. I like that. And were you going to? Oh, did you want to show your?
At this point, I can go into how they go together, but I want you to have a chance to talk about Moldavite first. So.
Well, like I said, my piece could not be found. It apparently did not want to come to the party today, so it's this. I can add a characteristic to the stone. Snobbery. No, just kidding, stone. But in this
considering how expensive they are, yeah,
she went ahead and showed you what slices of Moldavite can look like. And one of the reasons why you have to be really careful nowadays with the Moldavite, because it was about a year or so ago, somebody on TikTok was going on about Moldavite. And because of that, they said people were getting calls left and right to gemstone stores. Do you have Moldavite? Do you have Moldavite? And to kind of help supply the demand, people started, manufacturing resin to be passed off as Moldavite. So again, when you go and get a piece of Moldavite, make sure that, you can kind of trace its provenance, where it came from. So that you don't, because people were paying a couple $100 or so for a piece.
Right?
And
the other thing is, real Moldavite has an energetic feel. Like even people who have no connection to energy, has no idea what energy, what's that? That's so hippy dippy, right? I've had people I have a Moldavite ring I've been wearing for almost 21 years. I take it off occasionally and let people feel the energy. And even people who are not energetically sensitive will put it on oh God, why is it so hot and tingling?
Exactly. You got to be careful. It happened to me at the store that I worked at. A girl came in, wanted to wear a ring. She goes, "Oh, that's a pretty Moldavite. I'll try that." And so she's standing there, they're talking, and all of a sudden she said, "Guys, can you get me a chair? Take this off." And we had to take it off for her. We had to get her a chair and get her some water. It's a very high vibrational stone. Some people, it will have an effect like that. And others, they may be able to absorb that vibrancy, that energy, and, connect more easily with it. But for her, something like that, if she wanted to work with that stone, it would have to be a little bit, at a time. And she says hers hums.
Yep.
Very cool. Very, very cool. So like I told Jonathan, watch, the minute we end the show, I'm going to be putting stuff away. And I'm like, oh, look what's there, So
here I am. I was just hiding for fun.
So with the Moldavite, ascension, spiritual evolution, and transformation. So in scientific basics, the Mohs hardness is a 5.5 to 6, like the lapis. The structure is amorphous, and I love the face. Can everyone see the face in that Moldavite? That is so cool. Oh, kind of like the face on Mars, the face on Moldavite. Places of origin, again, Austria, Czech Republic, Germany, and Poland. Now, the chakras correspondence, they also connected to the soul star, which makes a lot of sense because you're interdimensional connection with that. And it partners well with a lot of different stones. Aquamarine, celestite, clear quartz, diamond, gold labradorite, Herkimer diamond, lapis, Libyan gold tektite, and opal. And the astrology correspondence in this book is Scorpio and Aquarius. So if you're a Scorpio, you may, if you don't have a piece, you may want to get a small one and see if that resonates with you for this month, and or Aquarius. So under Moldavite's journey to you, it says it is not actually a crystal, but a crystallized molten glass formed by the collision between a meteor and Earth more than 15 million years ago. And again, as you said, the first pieces were found in the Moldau River Valley in the Czech Republic, which is how Moldavite got its name. Now here, this is something interesting. This is the first time I heard about this today. Some metaphysical practitioners prefer not to work with Moldavite because they believe it carries residual extraterrestrial frequencies that cannot be cleared or transmuted. I thought that was interesting. Some food for thought on the opposite side, the perspective. It says here, for most, that residual energy is precisely the draw of Moldavite. It represents the vast unknown, holding wisdom and answers to questions we have been asking for thousands of years. Alrighty, so where to use or place on the body, we already know the heart chakra and the soul star chakra above your head. It opens
put it on the crown if you want to connect to that.
Exactly. It opens and expands all the upper chakras, including the transpersonal ones above the physical body, just like Jonathan was showing above our heads. A Moldavite aligns you with the frequency of the universe and expands consciousness. Wear Moldavite set in a ring or necklace to fast track your soul's development and evolution. Now, this is where I agree with the author.
For almost 21 years.
Jonathan's given us the Moldavite finger today. So for the beginner, not considered to be a beginner stone. If you feel called to work with it, be ready for your world to open up and expand in life-changing ways. So what I would recommend, if you want to work with Moldavite and you haven't worked with it before, if you're holding it and you start to feel like a little too, of course, maybe put it down for a second, but maybe get another stone in your other hand, like a black tourmaline, a hematite.
That's what I was going to say, black tourmaline.
Or even a black kyanite to kind of, or even shungite is a really good stone, along with obsidian as well, but shungite too, to help kind of ground that energy so that your body can maybe slowly get accustomed to and hold it for certain periods of time until maybe and if you find that your body just cannot handle it, even after working for it for a while, then that might be just a stone that, maybe you can keep by you if you're doing tarot readings or if you're doing divination or if you're doing spiritual work, so that it's in your energy field, but not maybe even directly in your hands. So it's something that you have to kind of work with and feel with as, bye, Jax. Thanks, sweetheart. Thank you for putting all the links in the chat.
That has a question for us.
I see that. If you had to pick,
I had no choice, but I had to pick.
Yeah.
God, that's a hard one.
That's easy for me. I love my opals. It's my soul stone.
I work with so many stones, it's hard for me to pick just one.
And she says shungite too. She goes, yep. She goes, this shungite to balance with her Moldavite.
I know that you can use smoky quartz with Moldavite to help ground, but also it helps ease detox symptoms of like Moldavite burnout. So the two of them together work really well. If I had to pick one, only one, damn. I guess Moldavite.
Over lapis or lapis?
Over all of them.
Yeah. Even over lapis. I love saying lapis lazuli.
Lapis.
Wow.
Oh. I think Beth would love this here.
Uh-oh, what we got here?
This is some black moonstone with a little patch.
I love that.
the peach moonstone.
Beth, oh my goodness, she's like, yes. I agree.
See,
Very
I
nice.
can't. Well, and
She says,
here's another unicorn for you guys. Rose quartz unicorn. Yeah,
and even Jonathan dresses up like a unicorn sometimes.
Just one? I guess another one would be what is this? This is smoky citrine lemurian.
Ooh. So what a lot of people don't realize that most times citrine comes in that color or something more of a warmer brown. It's when a lot of the citrine you see on the market is amethyst that have been superheated for it to change its molecular structure to turn that orange. So, or that yellow.
Right, yellow. If it's a deep yellow, not real citrine. It's just heated amethyst. If it's like a pale yellow, almost like a pea color, just to not be gross or anything, but it's like the closest color I can think of, that is real citrine.
And let's see, Raisin doesn't like any of my other stones except for my ticketite and shungite. So, and Beth says, I love citrine.
This is a techite too, technically. So
yeah, there you go. So for the advanced practitioner, so this would be like Jonathan, because I'm not an advanced practitioner with Moldavite. I mean, you constantly wear it, so it's a part of your, your energetic field. So
I feel naked when I take it off. Like I feel like I don't feel right when I don't have it on. Like I've had people like say, "Can I try it? I want to feel the energy." I'm like, okay. And then even that.
Give it back to me. This is precious. It's
my precious. Well, it's funny too because I got this specifically to wear as a pendant. But they say once you have a piece of Moldavite, that is your piece because there's only a few pieces for everybody, right? And if you get more, you're probably not going to actually work with those pieces. They're just going to be part of your collection. And the one piece, the original piece you got, is your chunk of Moldavite. And the first piece I got was the ring. And I haven't taken it off since I got it at the store.
Yeah, when at the store I worked at, we had a gentleman come in, a native gentleman, and the Moldavite piece he had on his ring. I mean, the silver work and everything, and he had this big chunk. It was just beautifully polished, and just crafted so beautifully. And we just looked at it and we were like, wow. So yeah. So I'm just curious, Jonathan, because you've got a couple different sizes of Moldavite. Do you find that the size of the stone matters in this case? Do you think, is there more, or they both basically resonate the same height?
They all, I think this one, because I've been wearing it so long, is the strongest for me, even though it's the smallest one.
It's got your energy in it too. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing that they say is like once you have a chunk of Moldavite and it bonds with you, like that's your chunk of Moldavite. There is like, you can't work with any other Moldavite. Like I said, I thought it was just wire wrapped, but it's actually got a little glue on there, and I don't really wear it anymore because I always feel like, oh my God, I'm going to lose it if I wear it. Which is funny because it seemed pretty solid when I got it. But I wore it with this, and it wasn't like weird or anything, but it definitely was like, okay, this is my chunk, and this is just an add-on.
He said, I had you first. He's mine.
This was my human. Yes. You can hang out with us, but this is my human.
Exactly. And she said that she puts it next to her lodestone to demagnetize it if it needs to be. And lodestone is a great stone for that. Yep. And she goes, I can't tell you how it happens either. Okay. Someone just said, I missed here. Beth said, it's funny. I do not gravitate towards rose quartz. I do. Nor do I gravitate toward the cup suit. Very interesting. I have so much rose quartz.
You might want to work with strawberry quartz.
Ooh, or pink calcite.
Pink calcite too. But strawberry quartz is that
I love my rose
quartz. A deeper version of rose quartz. There's I don't know how to describe it. It's like rose quartz is this light, airy energy, right? And the strawberry quartz is the one that's a little more oomph to it. There's more, there's more transformation with strawberry quartz than with rose quartz.
And you're right. There you go. I love strawberry quartz.
Mm-hmm.
She works with that. And Beth, last week, did you know that there's a pink opal that's really soft, really pretty, very nice? So I don't know. That might be something you want to go to a store and hold and see what you feel, with that.
Green opal is way too breakable. I had a little pendant, probably about this size, and someone knocked it out of my hand, and it literally it fell on a carpet and broke into three.
I would have cried. I've been like, no. Oh my God. Oh, Beth likes that. Yeah, it's beautiful, and it wasn't that expensive. I mean, I got this maybe about 8 years ago or so, and I think it cost me around maybe $5, if that, because it's a common opal. There's no fire in it, but it's such a beautiful, soft energy. Morganite too. Yes,
Morganite's amazing stuff, and it comes in so many colors too.
And I have an actual rose quartz that was taken into a crop circle for me by a friend at the time who, I took my Reiki class with. So
that's pretty cool.
And I was very close to my grandma opal. Oh, wow. Aww. And we're going to have to do a show on strawberry quartz.
Okay.
I'll have to have Jonathan back. We'll have to talk about
I've got a strawberry quartz. I got 2 different strawberry quartz skulls. One's very red, one's very green.
Ooh. So, all righty. Moldavite for the advanced. Oh, was there something else you wanted to add?
Oh, no. Continue.
Okay.
And then I was going to talk a little bit about using lapis with Moldavite.
I just got a little bit more here. So for the advanced practitioner, Moldavite is referred to as the most potent material ever discovered for harmonic activation of the entire human energy field, which is interesting because I've heard some people say that about stones like danburite. I've heard people say that about stones. Why can't I think of them now? But like some of the lithium quartz, some of them have a very high vibration. So I guess the overall consensus is the Moldavite being the most potent. It's the accelerator of the Synergy 12. It expedites the flow of energy and ideas, helping manifest thought into form. Let's see, Moldavite also fast tracks personal human development, and people sometimes say they have a hard time keeping up with it. Moldavite will push you until you may want to wave the white flag of surrender. It will teach you what your borders and boundaries are and how far you really can go before you reach your most profound capacity for love. As a heart chakra material, it also supports the soul's development and love, often speeding up the arrival of a soulmate. Though I kind of have a funny thing with soulmates and twin flames, but I digress. So goes on. So Moldavite represents interdimensional alchemy, the striking of a match and the flame of connection between 2 heavenly bodies. And so Moldavite's magical message for you. So this is coming from Moldavite. Are you ready to completely transform your life? It feels like this is one of those shows at night where they're like, are you ready to take back? So it's like, so Moldavite's like, are you ready to completely transform your life? Think beyond the mundane and open yourself to otherworldly wisdom and spiritual transformation. Allow me to invoke your highest destiny and create the radical changes needed in your life to ascend the path of cosmic evolution. And so our last for this, did you know the largest intact piece of Moldavite ever found weighs 238 grams and is held in the Moldavite Museum in Keski Krumlov. So there we go. And that's, I love this book, y'all. This is, I try not to recommend stuff, because, purchase responsibly, but really, this is a great book. I absolutely love this. I can't wait to read some more of it. So let's see. We have some new people popping in.
Hi, Maureen.
Maureen is here. Hello, Maureen.
The best crystals for a Taurus to carry for protection. Oh, you know what? I have a book where is it? It's a book specifically about what crystals to work with for your sun sign, moon sign, and rising sign. I'll have to get that next time. Because it has specific stones to work with for each sign, like your sun, your moon, and your rising. Yeah.
Emma Ruta,
but I mean, any kind of real protection stone like black tourmaline or smoky quartz.
Shungite's really good too.
Shungite, right?
I actually bought a piece of shungite for my counselor when I was seeing her back in New York. She was really open to learning about crystals and tarot and stuff, even though it wasn't something she was never really quite interested in. But, you know, because of her being a counselor, you know, having all those people coming in every day, working at the computer, having all of our energy, you know, I got her a piece of shungite to keep by her computer. And she said that made a lot of difference. And she doesn't typically work with, what are
she says my sun, moon, and rising are all Taurus.
Well, and you know what, Maureen, which is interesting, is the woman I just told you about that I got the shungite for. She's Taurus.
There you go. So, Maureen, what I'll do is, like, when we're done here, I'll try and find that book, and in a comment in my version of this video, I'll throw up some information for you if you want to come back and check.
Okay. And Hershey says, I carry my emerald for Taurus new moon. Nice. So
you don't have, I mean, there's opaque emeralds that are not very expensive, not like the clear emeralds that are, you know, lots of money. So if you just need the energy of the emerald, you can get one of those like opaque versions for not that much, really. So good to know.
Just put that out in the universe that you would like a piece
of
whatever stone that you want, and you know, just let it go out to the universe, and you know, one that spirit knows will be in your means or how to be able to get it to you. You may never know. You might run into somebody and say, I have stones I really don't work with anymore. Would you like one of these? And I mean, that's how I got my tiger's iron. Yeah.
Tiger iron.
I just saw that one time, you know, and I was like, oh my God, that's beautiful. And he's like, here, you want it? And I said, what? I mean, and he's like, no, I carry on that for me. Someone else is supposed to have it. So you never know. You may come with somebody that
tiger iron skull.
Surprise. Of course you do. Of course you do. So what else?
Actually, I have an emerald skull too. I have so many skulls, it's ridiculous.
Now you're just showing off, Jonathan.
I have a huge crystal skull collection. What can I say? During the pandemic, I was ordering decks and crystal skulls.
Yep, the decks. Yes, for me, also art supplies. So, yeah, we all know what the pandemic, you know, did for us, or did to us. But all right, what else you got?
So if you want to pair lapis and moldavite, good way of thinking about it is earth meets sky, right? They're like the teacher and initiator. The earth's ancient scholar meets the cosmic catalyst. So the two of them represent all four of the elements. Bringing them together helps with creating insight to become action. Spiritual vision becomes embodiment. The combination of energy tones, it's a very balanced one. It's a lightning guided by reason, right? Because lapis is deep, calm, and royal, and moldavite is bright, fast, and electric. And together they kind of like balance each other.
Kind of like male and female in a sort of way.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, because lapis is like earth and water, and moldavite's fire and air. There you go.
So it's kind of like a balance of masculine and feminine. Nice.
It also helps create a heart and mind alignment. So lapis is a channel of ancient wisdom, and moldavite is starseed awakening stone. So the combination, it's kind of like the cosmic library opens, right? Yes. It helps you access higher truth responsibly. If you want to use it for meditation, you could get a, chunk of lapis for your third eye, and then you put a piece of moldavite on your heart chakra or your crown chakra, right? And then you visualize indigo lapis, right, and emerald Moldavite light meeting together. You can even see like a band of light connecting the two that's blue and green. Some of the ritual intentions for for using it is downloads with clarity, right? Not just a download, but a download with clarity. It also helps with heart-centered speaking of the truth. It helps spiritual growth without losing grounding. The lapis helps prevent Moldavite's intensity from scattering too much, and Moldavite elevates Lapis's wisdom from intellectual to experiential, right? And encourages intuitive people to act and action-driven people to listen. So it kind of helps balance you out. Lapis teaches you what to say. Moldavite teaches you when to say it. And together they open the channel between your human mind and cosmic self, a bridge between ancient Earth memory and stellar origin. So I think it's pretty amazing to pair the two together.
And I hope everyone's writing notes, because there will be a pop quiz at the end of the show. Surprise!
Whoosh. It's going to be 500 questions, multiple choice.
Yeah. And you've got half an hour to take it, or no, 10 minutes to take it.
No. It's 500 questions, so it's 5 hours. 1 hour per 100 questions.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know.
I've been there, done that. Never again.
I had to do that with algebra. No,
I had to do that with my trying to get an acupuncture license in California. It's like there's no practical part of the exam. It's just 200 questions, and you got 5 hours to finish it in.
Wow.
And it's like, yeah, I won't even get into it.
By the time you're walking out,
a whole other story, but
walking in the doorways, bam against the wall. Yeah. We'll be here all night.
It is like a horror story. Trying to get like 9 checkpoints again in the room. You can't wear certain kinds of clothing if you're a woman and it's that time of the month. Don't bring your own product. They'll provide for you, because you could have the answers in your tampon or something. Who knows? Like,
oh, good.
It was ridiculous. I have bad test anxiety. It made it so much worse that I never mind. I'm like, there's 49 other states I could practice in. Anyway, neither here nor there, but
I don't know. New York's kind of tough too with training. So,
So does anyone have any questions for us about either Lapis Lazuli or Moldavite, or the pairing?
Open the. I wish I could have more with Moldavite, but my 2 decks left out Moldavite, and I could have sworn that this one deck had Moldavite, and I'm looking through the book going, it's not in here.
I can't believe this has neither one of them in there.
It's very odd.
I mean, there's only 40 crystals in here, but still, they're some of the most important ones. So,
yeah, all the books are pretty much
yes,
same.
Beth, it was in California.
Wow. I mean, I did a paper on the Acupuncture Watchdog Organization. What does that mean?
So, there is the national boards, but then there's the California boards, which are separate. And California has a very strict, like, you can't use a license from any other state. You have to take their licensing board exam in order to get a license there. And it's like, when I took the test, they had just like thrown out everything they had, because apparently there was some cheating ring they caught, and then they threw out all their questions and started over. And it was written by people who obviously hadn't studied traditional Chinese medicine. They were just test writers, because half the questions made 0 sense to me. Like, there was one question, this one question still is always like the one that pops into my brain. It's like, okay, here's this TCM diagnosis, and like what pharmaceutical would you prescribe? I'm like, but we're not allowed to prescribe pharmaceuticals. So why ask that question when you're giving like a TCM diagnosis, which is not anything to do with Western pharmaceuticals? So it's like, what?
Yeah, that makes no sense. Maureen came in a little late. She said, So there's always playback, Maureen. A lot what
Yes.
Jonathan was saying, compared with the Lapis, a lot of that was information that was a part of what we discussed with the Moldavite section. And do they have any tektites in the decks? And I'm wondering, I don't think they do. And I was really surprised Astral Realms didn't have
technically
any tektites in here, and they don't go
Moldavite
actually.
is a tektite, so
I don't think this book does either. And I'll look at this one here. I would definitely, Maureen, because between Jonathan and I and Jonathan's show and tell with all his beautiful crystals, we have quite the information.
Crystals, what can I say? I am a
crystal. So maybe next show I'll have my shy. Instead of calling him my snobby Moldavite, I just call him my shy. She's shy. Too shy, true. Ottawa, too.
I'm looking for okay, but I'm not.
Nope, I don't have any other.
Technically, Moldavite is one, but
nope. Neither of my decks. Let's see. They may not consider meteorite glass as a crystal. This is true, but still, it's very popular and it works very well with the other stones. So I'm quite surprised with it being popular. I know the book on that Jonathan's got, the Book of Stones. I mean, Robert's got like 4 pages, and he talks about they're thinking that again the Holy Grail was made out of the Moldavite, and a couple of, I think they might even mention something to do with the Ark. I'm not sure. It's been a while since because I had to give up.
Well, I know that Moldavite is connected to the Grail.
And I think some of them might have been trying to.
Yeah,
some people also kind of connect Moldavite that I've heard in some circles over the years with like the Emerald tablets or the Akashic.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah. So it just we'll find out once we get to the other side, right? Or when our guides
all the answers will be there once we get over there.
And I'd be like, I could have used this while I was down there. You guys. What good is it now? I'm up here. So, but yeah, I've my history with crystals was I just started seeing when I was working at Crystal Magic. Well, just even before that, I would see magazines of people with these beautiful more than I would be able to do. Some people had like 50, 60 crystals on. Some of them, like, they look like they weighed several pounds, laying on people. I thought, that is incredible. That's beautiful. I want to learn how to do that. And one of my coworkers at the animal shelter, she says, well, I can do your Reiki, one for you. And I said, okay. But by the time, I was going to get ready to do that, I was ready to leave the animal shelter. I couldn't handle some of the, the political stuff going on there and the cruelty mostly. So I was able to finally get a job at Crystal Magic. And of course, thankfully, our owner was friends with the main people, Michael and Laurel, that did the Reiki healing in Sedona, and we got a discount. So I had to do my Reiki 1 and 2 to be able to take the Reiki crystal healing 1 and 2. So it was quite, and we had these, some of these grids and things, and a lot of those stones I've just given away because to me, it was too much, or it was like, to me, overkill to put so many of these stones in around where when I would, look at somebody doing something, they would be like, no, just put me here, you know what I mean? It's like a guideline, for you to follow. But in the end, you let the stones talk to you. You let them tell you, this is where I need to be put. This is where, and I even had a beautiful Larimar. I only had one piece of Larimar. And during a free Reiki healing session that we did called a Reiki share, this woman, I was told by my guide got to give the stone to her. And I'm like, no, it's my Larimar. I don't want to.
That's funny because this just popped up when I was looking, as you said, Larimar just popped up.
So I'm still waiting one of these days for a Larimar to come back into my
Larimar is getting really expensive.
Yeah.
I've got.
So I had to give it to her. And I'm like, okay, here you go. This my guide says that this is for you. And she was just like, oh my God, that's beautiful. Thank you. So she was having to release and like past life memories of her people being in the ocean, and she had to leave the ocean and leave her people behind to walk a human life, and that she had to make that choice. And that was coming up during the healing session, and it was the Larimar was perfect because that's mer
the ocean in
people
a stone
and the
form.
ocean, exactly. Some call it the Atlantis stone too at some, or the Lemurian. For me, I relate more to Lemuria than I do Atlantis, but yeah. And so that stone was meant for her.
I could see where it'd be Atlantis because it's in the Atlantic, well, Caribbean, but closer to Atlantis. Like it's closer to Atlantis than Lemuria.
And Maureen said, I found a green stone in the shape of a heart. I don't know what it is, but it called to me. So start doing research, take a picture and go online. And that's the fun. It's like a treasure hunt. And Beth says, what's getting more expensive? Silver. See, I don't wear silver anymore. I used to all the time, but lately I'm more of a gold girl or a copper. Pink. No, rose gold is my favorite.
Rose gold. The only gold I wear is my wedding ring. This is silver.
Silver and gold. Yep, we're getting up to that season again. They're like, Heather, shh.
Silver and gold.
Yeah.
Oh,
pull up a ice pack and lend an ear. We've got lots to tell you today. So, but well, Jonathan, did you want to end the show with maybe pulling cards for the collective of what maybe Azurite, Lapis, and Moldavite, what messages they have for us for the rest of the week?
Or I could just pull a crystal for people to think about using this week.
Okay, we can do that too. So let's do that.
I don't really have a. Do I have a deck I could use for that?
If anybody would like a crystal card, let me take this banner down. Just go ahead and type.
I will need to leave momentarily. So
yeah. So do you want to do a collective then?
Let's do a collective one.
Okay, we'll do a collective. So that's
I need to get ready to go get my kid.
Yeah.
And I've been texted by my neighbor whose kid. She's off island, and apparently her. Can't really call him her husband anymore. But anyway, he's not answering, and the school is calling because her kid got hurt or something.
Ooh, that's not good.
So she's like, "Can you run down and see if her ex is at home because he's not answering?" So.
Oh, nice. I'm curious to see what you get. Wouldn't it be something if we both got the same card? Because it seems to be happening today.
Huh. Interesting. Not what I was expecting at all. I pulled Danburite, spirituality, channeling, and the angelic realm. Right. So the chakra is the crown chakra. The number of vibration is number 4. It's for Leo and Aquarius. The affirmation is, I am connected with the divine and filled with light. That's true for both of the stones we've been talking about today, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. High vibration.
Danburite resonates at a high vibration, connecting us with angels and spirit guides. It brings in joy that aligns the heart and crown chakras with harmony. It helps us express love from a place of purity and joy. And the flower that's connected to it is gardenia, right? Joy, love, and purity. So if you have Danburite, that's great. If you don't, find a picture. The picture has the same kind of energy, right? I could just put this up.
You meditate with it.
And that's the energy for the week, right? Although it is Wednesday, so until next week, I guess.
Into next week, or it gets you through the hump today, because today is the hump day, so it gets you through the hump or to the rest of the weekend. So there we go.
Get you to the weekend with Danburite. Pure.
There we go. And we just had a super full moon yesterday, so moonstone. So
oh my God.
Would that be to the next one, or was that at the bottom? That was the next one.
Oh, I just flipped the deck over and this was there.
So moonstone, and moonstone, of course, paying attention to the moon cycles, how you feel. You know, here on the West Coast, we had to watch out for high tides, not for us personally, but because of the super moon, it raises tides, and we're because we're pretty much almost all water, we're going to feel the effects too. So as the moon cycles, you know, shift and change, or as I say, wax or wane in between the full to the new moon, just start to pay attention to how you feel, how you communicate with your guides, with your higher self. It is a crown chakra stone. And it says here, it may be time for you to pay attention to the moon cycle, the moon and its cycles. Many of us are connected to the moon and its energy, and it tells you, how do you feel during the full moon? Start maybe journaling as we're moving into different cycles, from the new moon going up into like the gibbous moon or the half moon and into the full. So seeing how it actually, how you feel as it's changing. And it says here, when this card,
full moon was this morning.
Oh, for us, it was yesterday.
For us, it's today.
Was it today or yes? Oh, well, if it's the today, well, oh my God, well then.
Technically, the full moon's 3 days, so.
So the energy is still there. Yes, Jonathan shared some really beautiful pictures with me. So it says here, do you feel energized or do you feel very emotional and tired? So again, we all, like the book says, we all react differently to the moon. So kind of keeping track. And it says here, it's a nurturing energy. It's telling you to focus more on relaxation and sleep, and of course, biological rhythms, and particularly for women. So listen to our physical body, our intuition.
Crown chakra.
And
this one says sacral.
Interesting. Well, because the moon cycles, you know, women's period, you know, how we menstruate. So again, the effects of moonstone on us. And it says here, if you are in need of rejuvenation and a deep, restful sleep, feel the soft, nurturing energy of moonstone wash over you as you sleep at night. Put next to your bed, under a pillow, or if you have like a little crystal pouch that you can, you know, comfortably wear. And it says here is an excellent stone to use in meditation and connect with your intuition. So moving forward this week, connecting with your intuition, still tap into that super moon energy. It is in Taurus right now. So, you know, research, study, see what the correspondences are for Taurus and for this super moon, and see how you feel and see if they relate, and just kind of journal, keep track, and notice how you're feeling. And you will maybe find more days when your power or your psychic ability or intuition are stronger, where you can maybe, if you're doing certain things like healing, or if you're doing divination, or you want to work on different things like shadow work, or whatever it is that you're working, you will find that energy that you resonate best at during those moon cycles, to be able to do those more efficiently or proficiently, if that made sense. So and let's see, Hershey said, I love putting blue flash moonstone and sunstone together. Ooh, yes, it sounds beautiful. For me, full moon makes me tired, and I was born on a new moon, so I never equated my feelings until a few months ago. And Maureen, I love new moons. I wasn't born on a new moon, but new moons, and when you see that crescent just brings joy. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful.
I was born during the waning crescent.
Very nice. I may have read it wrong. No, I'm not sure. It has been beautiful the last 2 nights. It is today.
No, my moon app says that today is the full moon.
That's right, because yesterday I did full moon readings, and I was thinking, you know, oh, I did them last night, so they were last night. No, actually, Heather, it's today. So, and you're welcome, Maureen. We thank everybody for joining us. And Beth says, I use moonstone and sunstone together at the equinoxes. Meet me on the equinox. This Taurus is moody, and I want to isolate. Yeah, I kind of feel that.
Black moonstone and sunstone.
Nice.
Wow. Oof. It gave me a head rush.
Gently put the stones down. Breathe.
I'm going to
Get
put them on
grounded.
right now. I'm far too connected because I'm wearing both Moldavite and Lapis right now. So
And
almost
one thing I want
wearing
to
my
add.
New Zealand greenstone to help keep me grounded.
Oh, Middle Earth. Jonathan went to Middle Earth.
I
So
did.
another good thing after working with crystals, if you're doing any meditation, if you're doing healing work, or someone's done healing work, drink plenty of water. Make sure you hydrate. That way the water helps your body flush out, any toxins or energies that, that were lifted up and
And
transmuted,
eat something.
and eat something to get grounded. Yes. So, all righty. Jonathan, you got anything coming up? You don't do, oh, we got to talk about a new paint live too.
We got to talk about that.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything scheduled currently. I was supposed to do something on the 20th, but that got shifted and we haven't rescheduled yet. I am actually going to be flying out on the 20th instead. So, yeah. So I don't really have anything scheduled currently, but I will just, stay in touch with my channel and I will announce things as I usually do. Because vitamin water, too much sugar.
Yeah. I like drinking those every now and then. Oh, thank you. And before we go, Jonathan does
you.
have a Etsy shop, and I put that in the description if you would like to have him create a beautiful crystal grid. It doesn't have to be a skull. It could be something else
No,
that you
I
can
have
work
many
with,
different
John.
pendants. This is just, it was my
Use
signature thing when I got started to have it be skulls because I was, buying up all the skulls.
Yes. Use the code word Aloha 30.
Aloha for 30% off. Yep.
30% off.
All caps.
And all that's in the description. So thank you, Jax, for putting that up. And yes, I will be back Friday night. I might do a pop-up tomorrow, but Friday, Roman will be joining me for my Friday night sidekick show. And so that'll be a lot of fun. First time on my channel with Roman. It should be, excuse me, a blast. And so everybody have a great rest of your day, your
Aloha.
week, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody. And thank you.